Live. Zero watching now.
Hi guys, this is Blind No Long, and tonight I wanted to demonstrate one of my first games that I fell in love with for the visually impaired. It's called Tin Pin Alley. It is a bowling game developed by a partnership in collaboration with PCS Games and Draconis Entertainment, formerly Adora Entertainment. I had first played version 1.0 of this game on disc, and then Draconis came out with version 2, and it's pretty cool. I will try to keep this short and sweet because we're not going to go into all the demoing of all the menus and stuff. So let's load the game up. And this is the logo for PCS Games. And then we have the logo for Draconis Entertainment.
Feel the power. Wield the magic. Draconis Entertainment.
PCS Games and Draconis Entertainment present Tin Pin Alley.
I'm going to let it play some of the introduction for you, and then we're going to skip.
Tonight, from Tin Pin Alley, I'm Bolinma, and it's time to bowl.
Now, if I want to skip the intro, I can press and hold the page up key. It speeds up, skipping over the intro. And now we're in the new menu.
Select an option. Let's go bowling.
There's a wealth of options in here, but we're not going to go through all this because we're on a limited time frame on this live video. But I'm going to press enter on Let's Go Bowling.
Use the space bar to select players in today's game. Press escape to return to the main menu or enter to start playing.
1.
Practice player A.
Now I'm brought into a list of players that I have created and some that are already built in. We can play up to you can have up to 99 players in the game, I believe, but I've not gotten that far. So we're going to go down the list until we hear my initials.
2.
Practice player
No.
B.
3.
N. L.
That's my initials. And in order to select, he said for us to press the space bar. When I press the space bar, you will hear bowling pins being knocked down, letting you know that this player has been selected. Now, that's the only player we want, so we're going to press enter.
You selected N. L. Please select a play method. Play method aiming.
Now we're in a list of play methods. We have aiming only
Play method aiming and swinging.
and aiming and swinging. We're going to choose aiming,
Play method aiming.
and we will press enter. The differences between aiming only and aiming and swinging is that in aiming, you're just aiming the ball at the pins. But in aiming and swinging, you're hearing a series of tones rising in pitch to represent your arm swinging. And you have to hit your space bar at tone 8, which is the ideal level for releasing the ball, because if you release too soon or too late, the ball won't hit the pins at the ideal speed. So we're going to choose aiming for this demonstration.
Please select the skill level. Level 1. Easy. Slowest aiming, all arrows showing.
Now we have a list of 5 levels here. When they say all arrows showing, that means you're going to hear 7 chirps showing the arrows that are painted on the bowling alley. We'll get to those in just a moment. But we're going to select level 1, and the sounds of the bowling alley will fill our ears.
Hello, and welcome to another match here at Tin Pin Alley.
Sponsored in part by PCS Games. Visit them on the web at www.pcsgames.net. And let's have a look at the contestants for today's game. N. L. He's a right-handed professional. Frame 1 is about to begin. N. L. is up. Press the spacebar to pick up your first ball.
Most of the music was performed by Lion Court, which is a band that they had perform all the music, and that's what you're hearing. If I was doing this in stereo, you would hear this coming from the left. So it's told us to press the space bar to pick up the ball. Now, if I had stereo quality, you would be hearing these things, these tones going from the left to the right. And you hear those chirps. Those chirps are showing the arrows that are painted on the bowling alley. To make it a little easier, the best way to do this is to aim in the center if you want to strike. And I just hit the space bar and it throws the ball. I got a strike. And I received 10 points.
He just bowled a perfect strike. His aiming was absolutely flawless. Press enter to continue.
Now the music, when I press enter for the next frame, the music may change.
Frame 2 is about to start.
But it's the same song.
N, L, it's your turn. He's working on a strike. Tap that space bar to pick up your first ball.
Alright, so we'll press the space bar again. Let's see if we can get another strike. 1. I'll tell you, when I first played this game, it took me a while to figure out how to get a strike until my grandfather helped me.
Have you ever seen a better strike than the one that he just made? His aiming was absolutely flawless. Press enter to continue.
Alright, enter the next frame.
Let's start our coverage of frame 3.
Now the music changed.
L, it's your turn. He's working on strikes from the last 2 frames. Hit space to get your first ball.
Go back.
He just bowled a perfect strike. His aiming was absolutely flawless. Press enter to continue.
Looks like I got a call on the phone.
It's time for frame 4. Now we have N, L. He's working on strikes from the last 2 frames. Tap that space bar to pick up your first ball.
Now, this is sometimes the case. The keyboard may be different. So I have 2 left.
Not too shabby at all. Almost all the pins are down. I wonder if we may be looking at a spare here, folks. Let's hear which pins are still
Okay.
standing.
6, 6 and 10 are still standing. Now, those are on the right side. And so the idea,
N, L.
I have
is
to,
up.
this is one of the hardest
What are you waiting
times.
for? Space bar to get that
Because-
second ball.
Most of the time I can get it right on to get a spare, but sometimes I cannot aim it right at there. So there are times either it's going to hit a gap, like the area where already pins are knocked down, or it could hit like the pin number 10. So I have to kind of guesstimate where I should aim. So we know these pins are on the right side. So I think the best thing I can do at this point,
Hello.
I know that guys, that they're just waiting for me. That this also happens. I'll let you know about this in just a moment. But I need to aim. I'm going to try to do it right after that 5th chirp. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, space bar. No.
Only hit 1 pin. Press enter to continue.
Now to see what pin was left standing, we can press the letter P.
Let's hear which pins are still standing.
So I knocked down the 6 pin. The 10 pin was still standing. So there we go. We can also check our total score in the game so far by pressing T.
N, L has a score in the game so far of
39.
he's working on strikes from the last 2 frames.
Now, once you press enter, it'll give credit for this
The
frame that
enter
I'm
key is
currently on.
located above
See?
the right control and right shift keys.
Tell me what an enter key is because they're waiting for me to press it. So I'll press enter.
Let's get started on the 5th frame. Now we have N, L. Press the spacebar to pick up your first ball.
Now, let's try this again. There we go.
Have you ever seen a better strike than the one that he just made? He aimed straight and true. Press enter to continue.
Now, when I press enter, there's going to be a short commercial pause here. Draconis had put in some commercials for the game, and they offered to have people, if they had a company and they had a commercial for their business, they offered people to get their company's commercial into the game, so the company would contact them with an offer to get the commercial in here. So we're going to press enter, and let's see what commercial it brings up. There's a variety of commercials in here.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Oh, Pepsi. This is the old Pepsi jingle.
Come alive, come alive. You're in the Pepsi generation. Come alive, come alive. You're in the Pepsi generation. Drink light, drink great, drink right, up to date. Young taste, young drive, young pace. Come alive, come alive, come alive. You're in the Pepsi generation. You're in the Pepsi generation.
I don't know when that came out.
The sixth frame is about to begin. Show us what you're made of. N, L. He's working on a strike. Hit space.
That's, let me. So yet again, I'm aiming right. I guess the ball tends to spin or something.
Impressive. Only missed a couple. Let's hear which pins
We
are
have-
still standing.
6, 10. So we know that this is going to be a hard one.
Show us what you're made of.
I tried.
L. What are you waiting for?
Okay, let's
Spacebar
try-
with that second ball.
Maybe right at the 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. No.
Only hit one pin.
And I
Press
suspect
enter
it was
to
the
begin.
6.
Let's hear which pins are still standing.
Yep, it was the 6 pin I do. I gotta get better when this happens.
Let's watch frame 7, shall we? N, L is up. Press the space bar to pick up your first
I'm gonna
ball.
try to. Again? Why? I'm aiming right at it. No, let's go again.
Not too shabby at all. Almost all the pins are down. Let's hear which pins are still standing.
Okay, yet another chance to try to get these two down. So,
N, L, you're up.
how am I gonna do this? We tried,
Press the
Two
space bar
methods.
to pick up your second ball.
so I'm gonna go try and do it right after the 6th. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. Why is this happening?
Just got one.
Yeah.
Press
That's
enter
what it was.
to hear which pins are still standing.
It was that 10 pin again.
Frame 8 is just about to be underway. N, L, it's your turn. tap that space bar to pick up your first ball.
Come on, come on, come on. There we go.
He just bowled a perfect strike. His aiming was absolutely flawless. Press enter to continue. Let's get started with frame 9. N, L, you're up. He's working on a strike. Hit space to get your first ball. Have you ever seen a better strike than the one that he just made? His aiming was absolutely flawless. Press enter to continue. Let's wrap this up with frame 10. N, L, it's your turn. He's working on strikes from the last 2 frames. Hit space to get your first ball. Have you ever seen a better strike than the one that he just made? His aiming was absolutely flawless. N, L is up. Press the space bar to pick up your extra ball.
Now there is something that's really unique. If like one frame is a big moment for you, and you need to pay attention, you can turn down the volume of the crowd by using the page down key. So I turned it all the way down.
He just bowled a perfect strike. His aiming was absolutely flawless.
So this is the winning moment
Shows
here.
what you're made of. N, L. Press the space bar to pick up your extra ball.
Alright, my final ball. Please come on.
He just bowled a perfect strike. His aiming was absolutely flawless. Press enter to continue.
Okay, so when I press enter, we'll get to listen to the post-game show. I love this introduction for the post-game.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the post-game show. Don't be a pinhead. You can spare a moment to hear all the striking details of today's game. Playing a solo game today was N.L., who finished up with a score of
213.
Would you like to hear the final roundup again? Press
Options.
Y for yes
Filters.
or N
Buck
for
chin
no.
options.
So,
Switch camera. Finish. Button.
I hope you liked this demonstration of Tin Pin Alley. If you would like to learn more about the game, please visit www.draconisentertainment.com.
Please select an option.
Alert. Are you
Go
sure you want
bowling.
to stop screaming? Headache.